Welcome to Tinks Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. It's my second posting of today. With respect to recording time of 12:11 p.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum contract $3,848, down about 4.8% so far. As you can see clearly on the overall crypto market, we're selling off relatively nicely right now, with the key coins down both close to about 5% respectively. The altcoin are a little bit more of a double whammy, currently down to close about 11 to 12% on selective altcoin. While on the equity side, on the overall market, we are kind of flat to down at the moment, normalizing from the 3 consecutive rallies that we've experienced. The AKA Santa Claus rally or the window dressing affectation among the hedge fund community. And what's really driving this, right? It seems like there are a couple of elements that's in the air right now. One is obviously with respect to the Omicron news that's been percolating ever since last night from Dr. Fauci, from Joe Biden. So with respect to what Dr. Fauci said on CNBC on the news yesterday, I think he was speaking with Dan Shepard, if I'm not mistaken. What he said was basically that with the surging cases that we've been seeing on the domestic front, we should make a mandatory vaccinations for people that are traveling domestically. And then also Joe Biden has also spoken on a press release front, saying that with the $500 million they have deployed, with the 1,000 troops domestically to support local domestic vaccination centers, and also with obviously just the COVID AIDS in general, he's going to be maybe allocating more federal funding to be supporting this initiative going forward to fight Omicron heads on to further compress and mitigate the cases going forward, knowing the fact that it's just surging on a daily basis and the numbers are getting kind of crazy. Just to speak on the East Coast front, right? I'm from New York City. The cases has been surging quite dramatically on a daily basis, and it's quite crazy to see that even though the cases are surging, when I was like visiting malls and like public centers and even taking the subways, I see some people are not even wearing the masks. So it is a collective effort, but the cases are surging because of just our pure observation, and I think the government is doing their best to do what they need to do. But obviously, whenever you hear something along the line with respect to regulatory pressure, um, more mandates, if you may, it drives just fear mongering among the market. But also the sell-off that we're seeing right now is more just a rotation and also people taking profit because we've been surging for the last 3 consecutive days already. So today's just more of a cool down day, and crypto just got on the wrong side of of the I guess the whiplash that we've been experiencing collectively, and also some of the news that I've been seeing collectively on the media front. Based on some of the negative news that we've already talked about this morning, it's just more about saying that crypto is a bubble or saying something along that line with respect to just directly towards Bitcoin and Ethereum. That Bitcoin, despite us holding above 50K during this weekend or during this Christmas holiday, it seems like the bulls and the bears are doing like an arm wrestle right now, but it seems like the bears are winning at the moment and the bulls are starting to give up because of the fatigue from the investor side. And also there's a potential sell-off because of taxation that we will be obviously from the tax revision that we've seen or heard from the feds, but also because of the fact that in Q1 is tax season, so we are basically hedging some sort of a tax write-off or tax payment that we need to incur at year end, right? So there's a lot of mixtures in the air right now, but ultimately, despite all of these macro affectation and obviously fear mongering on the media front, saying that Bitcoin is going to hit 20K in 2022 without really specifying the logic why. And it's just a lot of weird polarizing news, right? And also interesting thing is that I could have sworn that 12 hours ago Dr. Fauci and Joe Biden saying that we need to step up our effort, right? And it seems like there is an article, a press release that came out from the Fed all over again, talk about with respect to the Omicron, right? And the news is cultivated around the quarantine time duration, right? It seems like they've shortened it. They said that it's not mandatory for you to stay for a certain amount of time anymore. It's actually shortened and it's a little bit more alleviated as well. So it seems like the feds or the government is kind of speaking on two sides of the mouth, or is it the media affectation that's speaking on the two sides of their mouths? And again, whenever you hear more uncertainty, despite the 3 consecutive days so far has all been just like rallying, surging, all-time high year-end, etc., which on the equity side came true, but now you're seeing a very opposite side of the spectrum, right? So you could see how clearly the media affectation has been kind of manipulative in the recent time frame, right? So quite interesting. So I don't know if you guys are seeing this, similar type of observation. Maybe I'm just being sensitive, but I think that's something for me that I'm close, kind of, I've been watching this quite closely. We've been keeping tabs on a daily basis. It just seems today is a little bit off in terms of the media side, right? So let's just dive right into the technicals. Respective recording time of 12:17 p.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum contract $3,840, down about 5% at the moment. Right now, we are sustaining above the consolidation level that we have identified, right? So would now be a logical time for us to incur risk? I would say so because of the fact that we're relatively depleted at the 41 out of 70. We might actually get down to, if we don't hold the support at the moment, which I think more uncertainty in the next couple of days can do so. But we're not going to go all the way down to, let's say, like 2,000 or like 3,450. I think that would be a relatively big stretch. I think maybe retesting the 3,670 can be logical because of just more uncertainty. And I think people will never learn this. I think, it takes a lot of effort to educate people to understand, how the whales operate, right? And I think they're trying to drive some sell down, and all to basically have an incentive for them to buy back in all over again, right? Ultimately, remember the media affectation is driven by corporations. They have a certain incentives in terms of why they produce certain news, right? So it's for us to really be a Spider-Man, right? Using our spidey sense to detect what's really the truth, right? And based on the technicals, we are basically near bottom with the lower echelon of the oversold, I would say. So it's not a terrible level to incur risk at the moment because it's the logical one. Right now we're basically it right now. So I think if you buy the dip right now, it's actually not a bad idea. Do we see more sell-off? Again, no, I don't think so. Again, I think 3,650 would be pretty much it, right? As we deplete further down, if more uncertainty comes arise, right? And then on Bitcoin, it's down about 5% right now. Anywhere from we are basically trying to go back to the original consolidated level. And I know we got to the 45 or 46,000 earlier. We're at the 42 out of 70 right now. So this is not terrible again, right? I think we are coming back down because of the uncertainty, thanks to the government and obviously the triangulations on the media front, and also thanks to the hedge fund community as well. They have a certain incentive in terms of why they're saying all of this, right? It just seems like a lot of investors are obviously vulnerable because they listen to what the news says, and next thing you know, they do what the purpose of the media post is intended to do, and they get on the wrong side of the coin, if you may, right? So right now, I think it's still a logical level to incur risk despite how uncertain it is. We are still forming this wedge that we have been talking about. So we will see how that goes, but right now, I think it's still another buying opportunity for us, right? Dogecoin is down about 7% right now. Anywhere from the 160 to below is still a better dip for us. Cardano is down about 5% as well. Anywhere from 134 to 120 are the dips for us with the 51 right now. Solana sold off from the 204 earlier, and we're going to see more sell up to 155, 133 to 113 from here. XRP is down about 9% at the moment. We just broke the 88, so anywhere from 88 to below to 78 is still a good level for us, right? You can see how much we're selling down right now with the 45 right now. So as we get to 70, I think that's the level you want to place your order in. Polkadot is at the 11.6, down close to 12% right now. Anywhere from 25 to below is still better level at the 46 out of 70 right now. So we have some more room to fall down to. I think, again, right, anywhere from 25 is still a better level for us. Algorand's now about 12.36%. We're selling very sharply right now. Anywhere from 137, 135 to below is still better level for us. Shiba Inu is down about 10% right now. Anywhere from the 2900 to below is still better level for us, right? MagTac is down about 8% right now. Again, as we deplete, we're still like a relatively overbought level at this 56, so 175 to 143 is still better level for us. AVAX is currently hovering at down about 4% right now. 81 to 60 is still better level for us, right? Luna is down about 6.3%. Anywhere from 62, 52 to 45 is still better level for us, right? And with respect to Enron, we are pretty much very depleted at the moment. We are slowly curving up right now, knowing the fact that we're pretty much at the bottom right now on the RSI scale perspective. So in terms of like incurring risk right now, I don't think it's terrible, right? So ultimately, you have to really believe in this long term for you to feel comfortable incurring risk, right? And on the price level, these are the risk mitigated levels for the respective coins. So for users a reference, I update this basically like twice a day just to make sure that we really teed up, to make sure that we are marching towards the right order, right? And also for Enron, we're pretty much like at the depleted level. I don't really foresee us like breaking 200 to be honest, but if we do, you know what that means. That's this crazy steal level, right? And I'm also like giving you guys an update on the Patreon thing that I'm working on. I spent basically the bulk of this morning refining it. I'm building this from ground up, so I'm using a lot of Excel formulas, integrations with respect to different crypto platforms, and obviously using quantitative analysis to refine something that I hope to be not too sophisticated. Because ultimately I want it to be really user-friendly and easily digestible and very simple for us, right? But to make something that's complex into something that's really easily digestible and simple and thoughtful, it's gonna take me some time to synthesize, right? So I'm, taking my time to, make sure that I'm building something that is, firstly affordable, but secondly, something that you guys can use to leverage. So you guys can use this to basically make money going forward without a lot of headaches and confusions, which that's the biggest worry that so I'm thinking in like if I put myself in your shoes, like would I be using something like this, right? It needs to check off my marks. Like I know it's not gonna be perfect, right? Because there's nothing perfect in the world, but I'm someone that always drives for perfection, and so hopefully my me being meticulous is not like I appreciate your patience anyways. That's my main point of what I'm trying to say. It's yeah, so it's something that I'm refining, so appreciate you for your support, and let me know how it goes by the way on today. I'll keep checking onto the market to see how we're trending. It's definitely just a lot of fishiness going on in the market. It's definitely volatile times, especially with all of these things up in the air right now. But let's stay focused and let's stay within the frame of reference of logics and not sell because of fear again, right? So that's it for today. Respect to my second video, and let me know how it goes again, and stay subscribed. Take care. Bye.